Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Here I am Ana Atikotu Saada and my partner Rasna Rahmatillah. We would like to explain about our project. The first, our project title is the differences politeness between Sundanese and Javanese language at dormitory. Then the contents of our presentation. The first is background of the topic, the second is preview studies, the third is method, and the fourth is reference. Okay, the first content is about background of the topic. The first is differences in culture backgrounds based on the area of each student. The second, most of students speak Sundanese and Javanese. And the third, based on journal Local Languages in Indonesia, Language Maintenance or Language Shift by Abigail Chikon and Maya Ravindranath, Javanese and Sundanese are the most biggest local language in Indonesia. And then the fourth, sometimes Javanese and Sundanese have the same vocabulary and meaning but have different levels of politeness. For the example, dahar, makan, in Javanese is the high variety or for respect. And then dahar, makan, in Sundanese is familiar variety and the higher variety is tuang. So, the researcher will focus on the differences level of politeness between Javanese and Sundanese language in dormitory. The next presentation will be delivered by my friend.
Well, the next is the preview studies. Here the first is there is from according to Sepul Uyun on his journal in 2022 about speech, act, and politeness in Sundanese language. That here Sundanese people don't all speak politely, since the geographical place and acculturation plays significant roles on its existence. As the result, the Sundanese politeness appear according to the background of the region which affect the language. Meanwhile, language structure, lexical, variable, use, and also the manner of Sundanese people communicate is fundamental variable indicating politeness in speech act in Sundanese language. And the next is according to Azizia Freda Savannah on her journal Japanese Apology Expression by Javanese and Sundanese speakers in 2021 that most Japanese learners who speak Javanese and Sundanese tended to use the speech act indication expression, apology and appreciation when expressing Japanese apologies. They use polite language ultimately when apologizing to. And the next is according to Dira Hildayani on her journal 2019 cross-culture communication Javanese and Sundanese vocabularies the same in form and different in meaning. That when the vocabulary was pronounced by but not according to whom someone who spoke to. However, there are some Sundanese vocabulary which belong to familiar variety, but it's also a variety uh, of respect for the Javanese language, such as words suku, dahar, and sare, similar to Sundanese. If the vocabulary is missed, then it will occur misunderstanding.
Okay, next is about the method. Here, we would like to use method in this study is a descriptive method with a qualitative approach to find out a systematic, factual, and accurate description. Then, the participation of the study is students of Omah Al-Quran Dormitory and the place at Omah Al-Quran Dormitory Malang. Next.
is references. Here, we use there are four references. The first, that by Johan in 2014 about local language in Indonesian, language maintenance or language shift. And the second is Hildayanti in 2019 about Javanese and Sundanese vocabularies, the same in form and different in meaning. And the third is by Savannah in 2021 about Japanese apology expression by Javanese and Sundanese speakers. And then the last is by Uyun in 2022 about speech act and politeness in Sundanese language. Well, that's all our presentation about this project. I think enough here from us. That's all. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.